We'll get those life vests zipped and clipped, strap down those rods, and stow away those tackle bags because we are going fishing. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bass Wranglers Podcast. I'm your host, Keith Nicewonger, and I hope this episode finds you with 5 for 25 in your live well. But we are going to require a polygraph test, so as soon as you let your fish go, we're going to head over to the precinct and get you wired up. You know, we got to be careful. Let's start today off with a giveaway opportunity. In today's opening, I attempted to play a song from a band that took the world by storm in the early 1970s. Tell me the name of the song and the band that made it famous, and I will send you a selection of Blauket baits as a prize. To win, leave a comment with your answer, get the answer correct, and we will select a winner from those who got the answers correct. And no, it wasn't Freebird. Special thanks to our partners who make this podcast possible. Basco Fishing is the official wardrobe sponsor of the Bass Wranglers Podcast. Today, I am wearing the Seafoam Margarita SPF 30 hooded sun shirt. Be sure to check out all the products and all the colors that Basco Fishing has by going to their website, bascofishing.com. By now, you know we are the Western representatives for Blauket Fishing, pro-driven rods, reels, and baits. You know these guys, the strongest pro staff in all of professional tournament fishing. Blauket is building a Western presence, and if you haven't seen it yet, you soon will. New independent dealerships are popping up all the time. Find out about the Blauket lineup of pro-driven rods, reels, and baits by going to their website, blauket.fishing.com. Randy Blauket has an amazing YouTube following, and I must admit, is one of my favorite channels to follow. He has great fish catching information, wonderful stories about the good old days, and takes on controversial subjects, which always cause me to think deeply about the things he talks about. He is a great objector to the forward-facing sonar movement, and this week he posed this question, which I feel obligated to respond to.
Name me one thing that forward-facing sonar, Livescope, or all the advancing electronic technology is doing to better the sustainability and better the quality of our fisheries for future generations.
But first, if you like the content we produce here on this channel, please hit the subscribe link. It's just a click. Like this video and leave us a comment. In fact, you go hit the subscribe button and my dog and I will sing for you. It's an old Howlin' Wolf song. First of all, I'd like to pose this question in response to that question. What piece of any equipment do we use in fishing that ensures the sustainability of our fisheries for future generations? I've been thinking about it. I go out to my boat. I don't see anything on my boat that is going to ensure the sustainability of fishing for future generations. How does a 21-foot bass boat and the carbon footprint that it leaves ensure the sustainability of fisheries for future generations? How does spot lock ensure the sustainability of fisheries for future generations? How do YouTube channels ensure the sustainability of our fisheries for future generations? The idea that you are singling out forward-facing electronics seems a bit agenda-driven and kind of unfair. But your challenge was the one question that no Livescoper can answer. In fact, I have 5 answers to this question. 6 if you count 1A. So, answer 1A. Every angler that fishes is required to purchase a fishing license, and the more anglers that come to the sport, the more revenue that will be available to sustain fisheries for the future. Having said that, let's take a look at the other 5. Number 1, bank fishing. Throughout the history of the sport, bass fishing has been primarily bank-related, visible target-related competition. Forward-facing electronics has taken many anglers off the bank, put them out in the middle of the lake, giving the fish that live in those regions near the banks a bit of a break. I maintain that forward-facing electronics is the best thing that's ever happened to those fish that live near the bank. And for anglers that only want to fish the bank, I think it's the best thing that's ever happened for them. These fish are still going to get pounded, but they're not going to get pounded the way they have traditionally been pounded. I think that supports sustainability for the future of fisheries. Answer number 2. There are many new anglers coming into the sport who, by the way, are also buying fishing licenses. Many of these new anglers grew up with computers, the computer age. And whether you or I want to admit it, they are simply more comfortable being around computers and smartphones than us old guys. Forward-facing live sonar has been called video game fishing, and you know what? It might be. But these younger anglers love it. It makes sense to them, and it keeps them out on the water. The kayak fishing industry has blown up, and I've talked to at least one industry leader who says that kayak anglers will save the sport fishing industry. Guess what? Many of the younger incoming anglers have gravitated towards kayaks because kayaks are less expensive, and they are also using live forward-facing electronics on their kayaks. It keeps new anglers in the game. It brings a younger crowd to the game. Again, live electronics, live forward-facing electronics will help sustain the fisheries for the future, if nothing else, by the revenue from all the new fishing licenses. Answer number 3. Live electronics can help those who are interested in ethical harvests. While many tournament anglers would never think about eating a bass, there are many anglers who are looking for food, whether it be bass or crappie or some other game fish. Ethical harvests have long been praised as a means for controlling populations of animals that could explode if not ethically harvested. Next time you're on a lake and you can only catch 11-inch bass, ask yourself, why are the fish so small? Well, there's a very good chance that the lake has an overpopulation of a certain size fish that compete for the same food as the bigger fish, and the whole ecosystem can have problems. So again, ethical harvesting of fish, we see ethical harvesting in lots of different animals, and it actually is a good thing for the environment because populations don't get out of control that way. And again, forward-facing electronics is right there helping with the ethical harvesting that I'm talking about. Answer number 4. Taxes paid by the marine electronics industry are used to sustain not only fisheries, but many other environmental impacts. All these companies pay taxes, and these taxes go for lots of different public goods. Maybe not all towards the fisheries, but it's all part of the same big money pot. Answer number 5. Forward-facing electronics companies are major financial supporters of professional bass fishing. These companies provide advertising dollars that help keep tournament organizations in business. The tournament organizations are the greatest stewards of our sport fishing resources. Because of professional bass fishing organizations, the notion of catch and release is as common to the sport as any corporate logo or slogan. The forward-facing electronic industry plays a big role in keeping our sport going and, as a result, keeping the fisheries sustainable for the future. Well, Randy, I think I've answered your question pretty well. Forward-facing sonar may not be for everybody, but it does help provide the sustainability of our fisheries for future generations. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the Bass Pro Anglers Podcast. Please remember to subscribe to our channel and let us know what you think. Until next time, keep both hands on the wheel, keep those life vests zipped and clipped, stay safe, and we'll talk to you again very soon.